Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to hear may or may not trigger you. This is not for the faint of heart.
This is true, uncut fuckery from a couple of assholes meant explicitly for entertainment purposes only.
However, if you want to use this as life advice, please consult a psychiatrist first.
You've been warned. What up, world? This is Maddie.
And this is Bobby.
And this is the Age Banner Podcast.
Fuck your feelings.
Yeah, doubling down, dude. We're going 1 and 1. 11. Episode 11, Bobby.
And I'm trying to get there now. Let's
go,
go.
bro.
Let's
I got
go.
1 and 1.
1 and 1.
Let's go.
I thought that's what you're talking about, not the 11th episode.
No,
but
the
I get
11th episode, man, dude. Like, we got past that unscripted craziness, dude. You know,
that shit was wild.
That was funny, dude.
It was fun,
like,
though.
It was a lot of fun just to kind of peel the curtain back and just kind of let you guys know exactly what it is that we do and how we act and how we interact with one another just on the regular. And like nothing was scripted that night. I mean, it was just freelanced.
A lot of people say, well, sounds like all the rest. Yeah, probably right.
Maybe it does. You know,
but
that honestly at the end of the day is just us.
Yeah.
It's just us. So
but that's real being real. So
yep, real neck recognizes real.
Squirrel nuts.
Squirrel.
Yo.
Your
How
turn.
you doing, man?
I am not drunk.
That's an improvement from a couple weekends ago, but
we're good to go again.
Do we got some comments?
We do have some comments.
Nice.
What are the people saying?
Well, first one comes in from our good friend Anna. And
Hey, Anna.
she like pre-commented. She wanted to let us know that she was getting ready to listen to the show and then comment about listening to the show because she was debating on like if she's still going to be friends with us after hearing what we had to say about her. And good news, everybody, we're still friends. So, Anna, shout out to you. Thanks for commenting again. And
Pre-ejaculated for the ejaculation. No,
she does go on to say that Gus Gus is the new catchphrase for the show.
man, fuck you, Anna.
And now we might not be friends again. So
we
that's
may not
cool.
be friends.
Okay.
Call me Gus Gus.
Brooke
Fuck, you
came
started
in with
this.
some,
It's fitting.
and I do want to say, like, Brooke, we appreciate you commenting, but like some of these, I don't know what you're commenting about. Calm Down Gus Gus is a great one because
I want to put that on a t-shirt.
yeah, Calm Down Gus Gus is a good one. But when you asked or said, yeah, they're called serial killers, I don't know what you're talking about, man. So give me some context. Thanks for commenting. That's about all I got for comments tonight, guys.
Yeah, just throw what we're seeing is like the comments we love. We like reading them. It makes us laugh when we're reading them. It makes us think about things.
Absolutely.
But we need questions from the comments. So, like, what are you trying to get us to understand, or what do you want us to elaborate on? It's more where I'm trying to go, because that would make Squirrel's like life a little bit easier, because he's trying to decipher it and we're trying to talk through it. So,
But I really appreciate those folks that are out there just saying like, "Hey, man, I like this shit. I like that you fucking called Bobby Gus Gus, and that, you know, like, you know,
this shit never going to end. At night.
They're just showing their appreciation, you guys. So,
No.
Oh, for sure.
you know,
See,
it's
he's
all-
Big shout
one,
out to the
he's
fans.
one
Thank
for
you
the
guys.
people, and I love y'all.
I'm a man of the people.
But I do want the questions too. Like, I think it would.
Hit us with those
we're
hard
trying
questions.
to engage. We're
It's
trying to engage.
banter.
Yeah.
Fucking retards.
Oh, we love you guys. We
And I
the
love
fans.
you all.
People.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
for the people.
For the people. Anyway,
Whoops. Whoops.
yeah. Whoops. No.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
That's
so
the kind of fucking show we're gonna
what's
have.
on the agenda for tonight, man?
Yeah, what's up?
Alrighty. Tonight's show, Kanye Sucks. Dudes,
Literally.
you got to fight for your right to parent. And we're going to follow that up with child stars or making scars.
Oh, okay.
But more importantly, we want to know, where did all the porn titles go?
That's
Right?
very
Yeah,
interesting.
that one's
Yeah.
bugging me. And then we're going to somehow segue into Squirrel being back in action, breaking bathroom rules. And then if we got some time, Maddie and Bobby are going to talk nerdy to me.
I like that. Sounds
see
like
where
a
this
good,
goes,
sounds like
dude.
a good lineup, man.
All right.
See this where this goes, man.
Yeah, you leading off, Bobby?
Yeah, I guess we can kick this off.
Let's
So,
go.
we were, I was scrolling through the old social media network the other day, and I think I texted you right after I saw it.
You
But
know you did.
Mr. Kanye West, Yeezy, back in the news again.
Stupid.
So he decides to come out and say he's been sucking his cousin's dick for a long time.
No, clarify, dude. No, he said
Like a couple
I mean,
hours or like several months?
No, he's not still currently sucking his
Years.
cousin's dick
Like, he sucked his cousin's dick for years.
as a child.
Oh.
Not that
It doesn't make it any better.
It doesn't make it any better. You're right, you know. But
No.
there's that, like, you know, I guess experimentation phase.
Like, come here, Petey, let me suck your cock. That's
No.
like, no, dude.
No.
I didn't experiment that way.
But I do think that, like, children, like, kind of coming of age, finding their sexuality and stuff like that. I'm not saying this is right, Bobby. Quit looking at me like that, dude. You're like, or quit making that fucking face. All I'm saying is that Yeezy found himself in a position where he was like, all right, man, like, you know, explain the story.
Yeah.
Please explain the story, man. Like, so, are you going to do this or am I?
No, go ahead. You're on a
All
tangent.
right, this motherfucker, he was looking for a porn stash of his dad's. Unfortunately, he found his mom's porn stash.
Yep.
And he saw dicks. And him and his cousin wanted to reenact some of the shit that they saw as children. What do we say? Like, was it like 9 years old? Wait,
Dude,
am I right?
I don't know. This is somewhat new information
Yeah,
to
you're
me.
deeper than I got on.
I just
Yeah.
read all about this. How did you guys not, like,
I don't know.
did you guys even get ready for the show?
You're deeper.
What is this?
No.
Like,
I just read this snippet. He sucks dick. That's all I
well,
cared about.
okay, so so he got into his mom's porn stash, found out about dicks, and then him and his cousin started experimenting as little boys, and he sucked his cousin's dick until the age of about, he said, 14.
So from how old?
9 to 14, 5 years.
Okay. I'm going to let you know right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't care how you twist it.
I'm not twisting
Or how-
anything.
or how
I
you
said
elaborate.
Kanye sucked some dick.
He did suck some dick. But what I'm saying is, like, you knew, even at 9, that fucking pee-pees didn't go in boys' mouth. Like, that. I grew up that way, bro. Like, it wasn't a thing. So to say you were just experimenting or you got the wrong, hell no. Kanye,
Okay.
you got a little gay in you, and it's fine, bro. You like sucking dick. Whatever.
I'm not trying to, like, defend him. I'm
No,
just trying
I'm
to play
not.
devil's advocate here.
I
a little
I
bit.
see
Here
what
we
you're
go.
doing.
Because this is age banner. Fuck you, man.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
fucking care. Fuck off, squirrel.
Yeah, see, stay out of grown man business.
Go
I'm
suck
just
your
saying.
cousin's dick.
And we're right back in it.
Bring your cousin here. You go. No, but I'm just
I
saying.
get your point, but
If he was like, if all he was seeing from his, you know how we grew up,
Yeah.
and it was magazines, it was your dad's videos and stuff like that, or your mom's videos.
I would have been like, "Whoa, that's a dick." Nope,
Right.
wrong one.
Well, do you really know?
I fucking know. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I've always known, like, I'm good.
Well, I
Like-
think you know. Again, devil's advocate here. I think you know that it feels good to get your pee-pee touched
Yeah, so
or sucked.
you throat goat your cousin? Like, I don't think that's a.
I don't think I'd be the one in the the throat
See?
goat position.
See?
Devil's advocate really sucks. on this
Yeah.
one.
And this
Stop
one-
doing
yeah,
that.
you're trying, but it's just not like you can't be a fucking throat goat from 9 to 14 and be like, I was just experimenting.
No,
you like dick, bro. Whether
JK.
you want to admit it or not.
experiment
JK.
once, maybe
Just kidding.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 28 times.
You know how many times they probably experimented? Like, I don't even want to think about
It's
it.
that
I would
25th time that
experiment
makes
every
it gay.
fucking day if I was getting my dick blown, dude.
Yeah, his cousin loved him.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah. His cousin's like, don't make me gay. I ain't
They say
sucking
a
the
man
dick.
knows what a man likes.
Oh.
I've been hearing that for a while.
Did you hear what I said?
No,
I know you didn't.
that's how this goes.
I know.
Yeah.
But I said, I bet you his cousin really liked it. And I said, it didn't.
bet.
He literally was probably like, don't make me gay. I ain't the one sucking the dick.
Yeah, I know.
See what I'm saying? Kanye's definitely the gay one.
I think we talked about this a while ago, dude. I
did.
mean, does it make you gay to get your dick sucked by another man?
Yeah.
So he's gay.
I was like,
So,
without
so
hesitation,
your
yes.
comment
Yes.
of "don't make me gay." Wait, you're getting your dick
No,
sucked
I'm
by
saying
another
that's
dude.
what he probably thinks because clearly they got some mental issues going on. I said this for years. He easily has some shit going on up there that we can't even tap into.
Clearly.
So
he's
when
got
he
some
said
stuff
that,
going
the
on,
other
dude.
part of this that makes it kind of funny, and I may trigger some people, but fuck it, we trigger people every week apparently. So what I am going to say, it's his next Twitter after he comes out and says this shit, where he goes, "Well, now that you guys all know I suck dick, it's safe for me to say the word faggot." And I was like,
yeah.
"What, dude? Like,
Okay.
what?" Like, so
that's a pretty bold statement right there, and for a couple of folks who like to
Yeah.
use that word.
yeah, I was like, damn, man, really? Like, so is it? here's my thing. You never fucking know with him whether it's all for shock value,
Right.
or if it's there has to be snippets of real in there, but
Right,
to
yeah.
what level?
Because I'm a firm believer that no heat or no press is bad press.
Yeah.
You're still getting press. You're still getting heat in my terms, of what I'm into. But like, yeah, whether you're the good guy, the bad guy, as long as people are talking about you, you are in the know. And hey, when you're at that level of fame, you don't want to be, basemented. You don't want to be closeted. Pun intended there. But
I knew Bobby was going to giggle.
Yeah.
Me.
But seriously though, like, you need to stay in that limelight, dude. I've heard Snoop say about his own kids, like, I would never want them to be rappers. I would never want them to be in the industry of famous, because it is such a grind. It is so hard to do. Like, I mean, think about how many times that guy has reinvented himself, dude. He is the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
So many people fade out. So many people wash out. Like, we'll get into this a little bit later, about people who, have come up and, they get going really young and then they never make it, beyond that, and they struggle. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, we'll talk about that later. But, yeah, again, I don't know. Look, I would love to be rich. I would never want to be famous.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. But, heading back into that, right? Like, I think he does some things to be talked about, which is... It's fine, but
again,
to what extent, though, when you're tweeting and you're saying shit like that? And then
shock value.
I get the shock value, dude, but there's other ways to fucking do it. Like, not... I suck my cousins... Like, I feel like there's a lot of truth to that.
But what does it matter in his world? If it's untrue, he just got us talking about him.
Oh, we ain't the
for
only
the last
one.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever. Yeah. Like, I mean, true. And we're not the only ones. We're a couple of guys sitting in, the fucking basement, fucking just talking about some shit. But the reality is, it's like, all right, was this real? Was this not real? Does it matter?
How much did his Twitter feed blow up and his social media likes get?
How many more clicks did he get? How many more likes did he get? How many more, how many more shoes did he just sell? You know?
You think people are going to stop buying his shoes? No.
Hell no. No. Ain't no way.
So, I mean, it's not a bad thing for him, but, I don't know. That was a lot for me. I read that shit and I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, you don't do it for how many years and just say, oops, I was experimenting. Right. No, you took shots.
Daisy.
No, you throat goated, bro. Like, oops, daisy. Slip and fell on the cock. No, it doesn't work that way.
Trip fell.
Yeah. Fucking. Anyway.
Man, Kanye's on some shit, man, dude. But I'll tell you what, dude. Yeah, he is on a lot of shit, dude. But, I want to peel the curtain back just a little bit. Kind of change gears here a little bit, if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah,
all right
pump
with
the
you,
brakes.
Squirrel?
I will allow it.
We're going to switch lanes?
I'll allow it.
Right.
Okay, cool. Because there's just some stuff that has been just coming up as of late, and I don't like to go down this avenue. This is not me. This is not naturally me. But, we're all parents.
Yeah.
All three of us, man. We're all raising kids. I'm blessed enough to have grandkids that are in public schools and stuff like that, and that are coming up through the school system today and being raised in this system. And I'm struggling, you guys. I'm really, really struggling with what's going on, particularly in this state. Mm-hmm. For you national listeners, we live up here in Washington State, and there's just some stuff that is going on, man. And particularly when it comes to parental rights and gender inclusivity, and just I'm really, really struggling with the fact that we're just too okay with this. Look, I want to put it just straight out there for you guys. I just wanted to just say, I'm all for be you, be uniquely you, be who you are. If you feel like you are a woman and you want to dress as a woman and you want to do women things as a man, or as born a man, go do that. Or, vice versa. If you're a woman and you feel like you're born a man and you need a penis in your life, go do that. I don't care. I really don't care. Where I really get just hammed up, really. And I'm struggling for the words right now, man, because I am so just messed up by this, is when it starts affecting our children. All right.
Yeah.
So in this state, we've got certain things that our school superintendent, Chris Reckdahl, or something like that, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Reckdahl, you've heard of him? Where he's the public school superintendent, and he is making all these rules and all this legislature, and even our governor right now is like making so many things that just, in my opinion, shouldn't really be okay. And I know that this isn't going to be a popular belief. I think it will be amongst like our listeners.
Yeah.
I really do. But like I think obviously there's enough people in this state that are more on their end of things of like being inclusive. And look, I'm not for bullying. I'm not for like,
No.
making fun of these people and stuff like that.
No.
But there is a time and a place for all things. And that's really the point that I'm trying to make here, Bobby, is that, all right, at 13 years old, you're still not technically an adult. You have fought for this country. You have signed up for this military. And even at the age of 18, you can't even legally drink a beer. So what makes you think at the age of 13 you can chop your penis off?
Yeah. I mean, and to your point, like I'm glad you're hitting this because I saw this, I don't know, a couple months ago when dickhead Bob Ferguson finally got his fucking office, right? Yeah. They said that parents need to watch their rights. I thought it was all just kind of political banter back then. I was like, you know what? Let's see. Like I do with every candidate, regardless, right? I'm conservative. Everybody fucking knows that on this podcast. Yeah. But I at least wait and see what happens, right? Because I can't judge it until I see what's happening.
Right.
This guy is a fucking toxic disgrace to this state and human beings in general.
I think he's worse than that.
No, he's terrible. But they're fucking buddies, and so is Supreme Justice of the state.
Pedophiles in suits, man. Pedophiles in
pedophiles
offices that are just allowing things that just should not happen. I'm telling you, the fucking transgenderification of the bathrooms and the locker rooms and stuff like that. I'm sorry. I don't want my 10-year-old granddaughter being exposed to a fucking male penis at any point in her life.
So going back to your point, though, like when he got in office, he said that, remember the age thing, right? So they were allowing kids to make these decisions where the parents didn't have any say in what the kid says because the state protects it.
Yeah.
So if I'm a 10, 12, 13-year-old kid and I go, you know what? I think now's the time I want to do a sex change. The law in this state allows them to do so, which
absolutely
your
insane.
Brain's not developed, and
nor is your body.
To go on another tangent, right? We have friends that have walked the path, and they were not who they were at assigned birth and stuff. Like we know people that are.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're some of our closest friends. Yeah. So I don't want anybody out there to twist this thinking like, oh, they're just bashing. That is not it. That's not at all.
Not weird.
But as a child, you might say you're going to be one way or another, but you don't truly know yet because you're not developed. Your brain's not where it needs to be.
What's the harm in waiting?
Just wait.
What's the harm in waiting?
And then when
I don't understand.
Hey, if you got to be 18 to smoke cigarettes and do whatever.
Yeah, you can't even smoke a cigarette. I didn't even get on
be
that,
18.
Dude. Be 18.
Make that decision and go on with your life. I don't understand why this state's so hell-bent on trying to give rights to children, dude.
Right. And taking the parents out of it.
It's sickening.
It really is.
And it is pedophile shit.
It is pedophile shit.
And that's what bothers me the most. You take the rights away from parents so you can manipulate this fucking population of children? Dude, no.
Yep. No. Giving them the sense of like they have more rights than they actually have or should have. Because they're giving them all the rights. You can literally, you will not get information to your teenagers' doctor's results without their signature saying that that you can have that.
That's fucking insane.
Dude, I didn't know that was a thing. That's crazy.
That is a real thing.
It's in legislature.
That is a real thing.
And it's real.
Can you imagine, Squirrel, your 13-year-old son going into a doctor for a physical and not being able to know anything about it because he did not sign a release form for you?
That's crazy.
That is the way it is.
Wow.
This is what's happening in our state, you guys.
Like, and if you don't know, wake up to it, people.
Wake up.
It's bad. And like I said, I'm all for you turn 18, do whatever you want to do.
Do you?
But
I don't
the children in this state, and you know, say what you want about Trump. I know people don't like him. That's fine. Yeah. But he does want to protect the children. He's doing what he can to try. But that's federal level, right?
He's not my favorite guy, but thank you
for doing that.
Thank you, Trump, for doing that. Because
the kids need protected, dude. Period.
Because like I'm not. We were talking about this earlier, Squirrel. You and I were. We were talking about like boys playing girl sports or girls playing boy sports and stuff like that. And like I remember like being a junior high school wrestler, and we had girls on the wrestling team.
Yeah.
But you know what? We also had 2 locker rooms.
Mm-hmm.
That girl didn't have to come to the guys' locker room, and nor did she have to do a weigh-in in front of all the guys.
That's shitty. See,
She did her own weigh-in the girls' locker room with female, people that would weigh her and give the official results. That's the way it was. Like, just completely the way it was, and exactly the way that it should be. Because,
it should be.
But
it should be.
I'm just saying, and I'm not opposed to girls playing guy sports. I really am not. I'm not opposed. I'm probably a little bit more opposed.
I mean,
Look, it is what it is, dude. Like, I mean, guys are built differently than girls.
Mm-hmm.
We just are. So when I think to myself, a guy wants to play a girl sport, I think about like myself in my like professional life. If I wanted to go do an easier job, I would lose a lot of respect from my bosses because I would be like seen as that like chump who couldn't make it doing what it is that you should be doing, but you're going to go do a lesser role. And not to disrespect female sports because like look, I will get crossed up and smoked by a lot of girls.
But you're
that play
with your peers,
sports.
and that's
the way it should be.
Like, but let me tell you a story. Since we're going down this path about bathrooms, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
So I went up to Seattle to a concert probably 2 years ago, and I was at one of the theaters up there, right? Mm-hmm. So we go up to watch this concert, little theater, cool scenario. Took a couple of our buddies, up there. We went and saw it. Go in there, of course. We were pre-funking a little bit in the parking lot. We come in, have to go to the bathroom, right? I get in there, and I ask the guy that has the merch, I was like, hey, dude, do you know where the bathroom is? He's like, yeah, over there. I walk over, and there's like girls, there's guys. I was like, hey, where's the guys' bathroom? And the girl's like, this is shared. I was like, hold the fuck up. Like,
I have a question before you go any further. Now, this bathroom, was it a single person use with a lock on the door?
No.
It was communal.
Yep. So I'm standing.
That's where I have the issue.
I'm standing there, right?
That's where I have the
and
issue. Yeah.
I was always raised, women are in the bathroom. I'm not fucking going in there. I was raised that way, and I live this day to that. Yeah. We've been at the bar where dudes want to go in the wrong fucking bathroom, and we're about to snatch them up. Yeah. It's disrespectful. That's their fucking space. Let them do their thing. Well, these girls go through. They're taking forever. So one of the girls is like, hey, I'll yell, get them out. Cool. So she kind of hooked us up. And this other girl's like, I'm doing my makeup in the mirror, whatever. Just tell them to come in. I had to go so bad. I was like, fuck. I beeline into the stall and shut the door.
I'm not looking.
Hurry up, did my thing.
Yeah, one of those.
And when I came out, nobody was in there. And I walk out the door, and this guy is standing there with his daughter. And he's like really just like, it looked kind of dumbfounded, man. And I looked at him, and I go, hey, man.
Wow.
I go, if you take your daughter in there to pee, I won't let a single fucking person come in here. I said, there's nobody in here right now.
Good
I was going to ask you guys, I was going to segue into that a little bit, like, because I can tell you that I've always felt awkward about, like, the dad who had his daughter.
Dude, but I was...
brought her into the men's room. Not that it was ever a bad thing, because, he's obviously toting around,
I used to make sure it was clear.
I
made sure it was clear.
Yeah.
Every time.
And look, I've got daughters.
I know.
And I would do that for every single one of them. I would do that for my granddaughters. I'm like, nope, you're not going to the girls' room. You're coming with me so I can watch your ass. Because, like, my wife was just telling me, like, down in Cali, and this is just one example, but, like, there are, like, her dad walked into a bathroom with her, and this guy came scurrying out. He was just waiting in there for her. He was waiting in there for anybody to come walking in because he was going to do some things. And like there are tons of examples of like, girls going there. She was telling me about a girl who walked into a bathroom and the mom just thought she was going to the bathroom and a guy was in there and he killed her.
Well, where do you think the people molest? It's because of this type of shit.
Yeah.
Like it creates opportunity for sure.
Absolutely.
And what do we say about risk, right? You cut out the opportunity.
Right.
So you have to cut out opportunity if you don't want bad shit to happen. So in that scenario, the dad took his daughter to pee. People tried to go in. Female or male, I didn't give a fuck.
Right.
Nobody's going in until this little girl gets to go to the bathroom. Right. She came out. He was like, dude, I'll buy you a beer. I was like, I'm good, bro. I've been drinking enough. I go, I just would hope someone would do it for me.
Do the same for you.
And he's like,
it's okay to do the right thing without expecting a reward.
And he said, and he literally said,
PSA there.
He literally said, I'm gonna pay it forward because thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, dude, I was a girl dad. I still am a girl
Well,
dad.
they say
I
each
know.
one teach one, right? You
That's
know,
it.
like seriously.
And good karma does come around.
It absolutely comes
If you
around.
don't think it is, then fuck you. But it
that's-
does come around. I've seen it way too many times. So be
Yeah.
nice sometimes.
Be nice.
I'm
man.
not nice most of the time.
But
But
yeah, that shit's crazy, man. But I'm with you, man. Like, protect your daughters, guys.
Yeah,
like,
please.
if you were out
daughters,
there,
sons, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Protect them all.
sons too, yeah, because
Protect
they,
them
they
all.
get taken advantage of. Actually, probably worse in this
Yeah.
world, man.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't have sons, unfortunately.
I don't either.
You
But
know,
please take
but
care of them.
yeah, absolutely take care of them because they're at risk, man. And this world and this, you know, this ability or this way of life where we're just being too okay with, you know, children being exposed to too many grown things. Like, we don't have to be there. You know, there was a cool part about growing up and being in our 40s. We're probably the last generation. Maybe some people who are in their mid to late 30s understand this a little bit as well. As far as like culture or culture norms and stuff like that, of like, all right, man, like we should protect our children and we should be okay with that. We don't have to show them everything right now here today. Like, you know, like we're not the age of the internet. Like, we started with it, you know, but it was really, really slow and really, really coming of age, and so it wasn't one of those things like my brand new granddaughter who's 2 and my next 2 who are coming. They're going to come out with cell phones. Like, you know, they're going to have access to
but they're going to have
to the
fucking
internet.
AI. They're going to have
they're going to have
be,
so many things thrown at them at such a young age, and honestly, it's not the best thing for the world. Like, can we just take it back a step? Like, I'm all for advancing the civilization and the culture and stuff like that, but like, can we please protect our children? And that's the whole soapbox here, you guys. That's the whole point.
No,
of
I'm
what
glad you've
on
been.
about,
I'm glad
man.
you've been it, man.
And
I feel like it needs to be talked
like
about.
I said, I don't. You know what's great about Age Banner is that we can be goofy, we can make fun of anybody on this show,
Gus.
and ourselves,
Fuck y'all.
and ourselves. Like, I mean, no, you're right, dude. Like, and we can joke and we can laugh and we can have a great time and we can be completely retarded, but I love the fact that we can flip gears and be serious and say and speak to our audience and say, people, you have to listen. You have to wake up. You have to see these things that are happening right now in this world and do right by yourselves and do right by your children.
Preach. Fuck. I just had to. I had to preach.
Hand of God.
No, because look, man, like you hit all the points that I wanted to touch on, so I'm not gonna go
I had
down
to
the
go
rabbit
here.
hole.
Like
No,
I
you're good,
said,
man.
you want
You're
to
good.
preface all this.
You know,
was
I
like,
don't have grandkids.
I don't like doing this.
My kids are grown.
Yeah.
So I'm not going down
So
the
am
rabbit
I.
hole too far.
But my grandkids.
But you have a different caveat. You got grandkids.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if you don't pay attention to state legislature and you live in this state, fucking pay attention. Get your understanding of what's in the bills. Bills are all for public viewing. Go on the government site and look at them. Yeah. Get educated and then make a voice, right? All we can do is speak about this like we are on these platforms and get this shit out there so people dig a little deeper and we hopefully get it changed. But
use your fucking brains. Use some common
but people
sense
don't
on
use
this
that
thing,
shit,
man. Like, all right.
let's change gears. Change
Can
lanes
we
again.
go? Can we go? a
Change
little bit
lanes.
better? All right, man.
You were talking about something with fucking child stars or something. Let's
dude.
go.
Because, like, you know, like I was talking about, like, so it doesn't really change gears too hard here.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
it's not like a hard left or anything like that. But, you know, with protecting our children and protecting, you know, our youth, you know, what do you think about, you know, parents out there kind of, you know, for lack of a better term, pimping out their kids?
Yeah.
How do you feel about, you know, the parents of the Olsen twins or Drew Barrymore's mom or dad, you know,
Brittany.
or
Justin Bieber.
Brittany, just you know, all these child stars. Do you know that? So I was watching a documentary that Demi Lovato put out. There are child labor laws out there that protect children, basically, from working, except in one industry:
Oh, gee, entertainment.
Entertainment. And where do you think children are taken advantage of the most? Squirrel, we were talking earlier about the Nickelodeon documentary.
Yeah,
right?
that shit was
like,
wild.
How sick was that?
That was wild.
Dark Side of Nickelodeon, or something
Yeah,
like
something
that?
like that.
Yeah, I mean, it
Used
was
and abused. Huh?
yeah, dude. The main guy, the top guy, is sitting there getting back rubs and shoulder rubs
What the
from
fuck?
and more from like any women who
You haven't
worked on
watched
his
it, Bobby?
staff.
No.
Oh, you gotta watch that.
Oh yeah. It's
No,
been out
I
I
for
mean,
a
it's
while.
heavy, so like, be in the right headspace for it.
No,
I'll
it's
tell
gonna
you
make
that.
me angry.
Is
Yeah.
Hulu,
I think Netflix.
Netflix,
Yeah.
Was it Netflix,
Yeah.
Dark Side of Nickelodeon, or something along those lines, or Dark Side of the '90s. I know that was
Some
another
shit
one
like
that
that,
was
yeah.
Yeah.
out there. But yeah, dude. I mean, the shit it's wild, dude. What parents are willing to look past
To get paid.
to pimp their kids out. And what was wild to me about the documentary too was that it was like, we blame a lot on the parents, and that's easy to do because it's like, how could you let your kid do this? How could you let your son or daughter go down this road? Well, those kids are usually very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, oh fuck, man, terrible radio. Sorry.
I can't help you. I
Like
don't know what you're
they're like not introverted, but what's the opposite of
Extroverted.
Extroverted.
Yeah.
So they're very extroverted. They're very like showy. They're very like they want to perform. They want to be like.
But back to your other point.
So they
shouldn't
push.
They shouldn't be allowed.
They push on those parents
I get
to
it.
say, "Hey, I want you to take me to this Disney interview. I want you to take me to this Nickelodeon interview. I want to be a triple threat. I want to be a singer, a dancer, a song.
You still protect them.
an
though.
actor. You have to.
Well, and from their point of view, it's all innocent and okay. It's the motherfuckers they're involved
Yes.
with that make it all
Yeah.
weird.
Yes.
No,
So like
but
it
you know
doesn't
what?
have to be weird, but people have made it that way.
But I think some of these parents have fucked themselves up.
Well,
Drew Barrymore's parents were terrible. First of all, her dad was a drug addict, hippie who fucking was a piece of shit. So he was out of the picture.
Yeah.
But her mom was just as big of a junkie, taking her into fucking clubs. Like she was in, what are those famous Hollywood clubs? The Viper Room and things like that at like 9 years old, drinking, doing drugs. I mean,
Damn.
like not just smoking weed. I'm talking coke, you guys.
damn.
This is Drew Barrymore's life.
Wow.
That shit's wild, dude.
Like,
That shit's wild.
what the hell?
Well,
While her mom's just getting all smacked
But
up.
you can even talk about the Britney thing, where her parents
Britney?
had control of her whole fucking life,
the
dude.
whole thing, dude.
Like, what?
Her dad.
What?
Her dad is a big piece of shit, dude. He would see like that.
Dude,
outfit's
they're all
not-
pieces
That
of
outfit
shit in
is
her
not
family.
sexy enough.
Dude,
She's a teenager.
a teenager, bro.
I would never. I would always tell my daughter put
And she
more
was
on.
she was
Yeah.
one of the biggest teenagers of the time back
Yeah.
then, dude. Like we were all around the same age. We were fucking crushing on her back in the day.
I had her poster on my wall.
Yeah.
Look how nutty she is now.
Because she was made that way, bro. She's fucking made that way.
I'll tell you where. Like for me, like the oldest one that I can remember and I can think of, like not Shirley Temple, or Temple. Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, not her. But for me in my lifetime, Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Michael Jackson never grew up, dude. That whole Peter Pan thing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he was a grown man child. Like even at close to his death and stuff like that. Like he acted real.
And like he was the only one to me
Infantile.
to where like I didn't get like the
His
molesty
childhood
vibes from him.
but his childhood was robbed.
I just got
from
that
him.
he wanted to be a child.
Yeah.
Like that. You can tell. Like
Oh, he
and
had Neverland Ranch.
I know,
Come on.
Well,
but everyone's like, oh,
and
he's
he wanted to be Peter Pan.
Well,
Right?
well,
that
everyone-
fucking nose, the fucking white skin.
well, everyone's saying, oh, he's a child molester. We don't know that,
I don't know that.
but
don't-
I think his mentality was still stuck,
yeah, I don't think he developed.
and he wanted to be a white child.
I don't-
which is fucking weird.
I
but
don't think he developed past the age of 13.
He wanted
Like,
to be a white child
At the height of his career.
Tandem said.
But like I've heard stories about Mike. Mike was a bad motherfucker too. Like Mike
know.
would pull bitches.
Until he fucked his face up, looking like whatever
I
happened.
think even then he would pull bitches. if
Well,
he
it's
wanted
Michael
to.
Jackson, bro.
He's Michael
Like,
Jackson.
come on.
Yeah. So I mean, like the king of pop could literally do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Do we got anything else to caveat on except for the? I want to go down a different slope. Do we got something there?
Fuck yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. You
Go
like
ahead.
how I get this thing prepped? Let me break this thing.
Are you ready? All right. All right. So we're gonna move off. We're gonna.
We have to. We
Hard.
have to lighten it back. Hard.
Yeah.
Now this is the hard right. Do you want to tell them what we're
Grow
going to
the
talk about?
fuck
No,
up.
no, this is not. Did you say grow the fuck up?
He both giggled when he said hard.
Well, because we
I know where this is going.
knowing what's coming.
You
Sons of bitches.
Pun intended.
Go ahead.
Pun intended. No, this is all you, man.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, does everybody realize that, like, when you're looking at porn. We talked about it a while back, right? I know how I just jump right into it, but
Nah, fuck
you look at porn, you don't give a fuck what the titles are anymore. It's on the internet. You see some shit, you're like, oh, click, and there's no
titles.
and there's no
anymore.
titles
It's
to
just
it.
categories.
It's just categories.
What do you want to watch?
So back, 90s, 2000s, us growing up, there was fucking porn titles, and they were pretty great porn titles. And nobody ever talked about this enough, so I wanted to bring it back for an episode. So can I talk about some great fucking porn titles?
I wish you would.
I really wish
Okay.
you would.
Yeah.
So the first one here,
That's not perfect.
a clockwork orgy.
Nice.
Instead of a clockwork orange. It's pretty good. Indiana Bones and the Temple of Boobs.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Temple of Poon.
Boobs. You said
I'm
Temple.
good either way.
I mean,
don't
thought it
care.
was the
Temple of Poon would have been pretty solid too, but
you might want to fact check that one.
it says it right there, Temple of Boobs. But maybe.
Just saying.
What about Battlestar Orgasmica?
All right.
That's on Squirrel Nuts' nerdy shit
I can
right
get behind
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much of the nerd shit as I like, I've never got into Battlestar, just for the record.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
For the
know,
record,
I know.
keepers there. What about Missionary? Impossible.
Okay.
I didn't know where you were going with that
like,
one.
are you asking me
I mean,
how I
should
feel
have
about
caught
Missionary?
that a lot sooner.
You
But
didn't.
Damn.
You didn't. But that was funny.
I did not.
King Dong.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
seems pretty basic.
that is not an autobiography on Maddie, by the way.
Lost in Penetration.
Okay.
That's not
Maddie's
clicking.
like, this is fucking.
A Few Hard Men. When I read that, I was
right
like,
there, dude.
fuck, dude.
Oh my
I didn't want to read it, but I had to.
Oh, that is hilarious.
I know. I don't even know if I can move on. All right. I Know Who You Did Last Summer. It's pretty good.
All right.
You've Got Mail, Genitalia.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Genitalia. That word's just funny.
Fatal Erection.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
That's a huge dick.
Nice.
That's a big deal. The Bear Bitch Project.
Okay.
American History Triple X.
All right.
Oh,
Too much of a
God.
stretch there.
Womb Raider.
Oh, Jesus. Get in there.
That's nasty. That is so nasty.
Schindler's Fist.
Whoa.
I stand corrected.
Okay.
It's getting better.
How many more of these you got?
Just
Yeah,
a few
like-
more. A few
Just
more.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Shaving Ryan's Privates.
That one I haven't seen, but
Driving
I've heard of
into Miss Daisy.
it. Driving into Miss Daisy.
Riding Miss Daisy. Batman in Robin.
Oh. Okay. We
That's
went there.
definitely gay shit right there. Blowjob Impossible. What about Dyke Hard?
Oh, okay. All right.
Dyke Hard's
I'm a big Die Hard fan. That's funny.
I'm fucking crying. These are good, dude.
Those are good.
Saturday Night Beaver.
Saturday Night Beaver. You think that's an all
And then I'm going to stop on this last one here. White Man Can't Hump.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a goddamn lie.
It's a fucking lie. Or Blown in 60 Seconds. I don't know what you want.
Oh, there may be some truth to that one.
So if you find one, people out there that you really enjoy for a porn title, you have to let us know. But thinking about this, you know, what's a porn title you would come up with?
I thought about this.
You thought about it.
I thought about this, Bobby. I
So-
did because you asked me,
So
Before the show.
what'd you come up with?
and I wasn't allowed to tell anybody, but I did. I wrote this down. I got Glory Holes, starring Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, wow. All right.
That was well thought out.
Another child
Shia
actor.
LaBeouf.
Right on. Way to bring that shit
Starring
back
in
up.
Holes.
Dude, that
Oh,
was
wow.
pretty fucking... You know what? You probably win, but
Oh,
Squirrel Nuts.
I don't know.
I'm going to go Star Wars, Revenge of the Dick.
I feel like that's already out there.
It probably is,
feel like
but
that's-
you know what? I don't care. That shit sounds funny.
I'm pretty sure that's out there.
I'm 98.
Well, fuck you guys.
See, and I just went to the
9.5%
old,
sure.
like, I went to the old Vine times. 2 midgets, 1 cup.
Oh. Damn.
I didn't put a twist on it.
I do
just
love me
straight
some midget fucking stuff, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, those fucking
It is insane.
dude, dick puppets, bro. Anyway,
Yeah.
we got to get into some other shit though, real quick.
Yeah, I broke the rules
before
again.
we wrap this up.
Anyway.
But
Yeah.
Squirrel Nuts broke the rules.
Yeah, he did.
We took him out for his birthday.
Is that like my dog does that when he's like feeling guilty about some things?
I don't really feel guilty, but like I know I shouldn't do it, but I can't help myself when I see an opportunity to break the rules, like I have to.
Dick. Right. But anyway, we take him out for his birthday.
We did.
So everyone wish Squirrel Nuts a happy belated
Please
birthday.
do.
Please
Thank
do.
you.
40 wonderful.
Yeah. But we take him out. We're having a good time. Me and Maddie decide we're going to go in the bathroom. Just coincidentally, same time.
Yeah.
Nothing gay there. We go in to pee.
Respecting the rules.
Me and him noticed. We were respecting rules. We noticed there's a little urinal, 2 urinals, but they're barricaded. So there's
Each one
total
had a
barrier in
divider.
between.
Yep.
You're not close to
Nope.
the
There's
other
a
person.
wall in between.
Totally fine.
You can't see PP to your left or to your
totally
right.
fine. So me and him peeing beside each other naturally because we weren't going to use the little one.
The big man
and there was
stalls.
barriers. And they're
All
big
right.
man
Yeah.
stalls.
Well,
So
that's
we're
all.
peeing. Next thing I know, I see a fucking phone. And Squirrel Nuts behind me. And I'm like, what in the fuck is happening? Squirrel Nuts is filming us right now. So he thought it was a good idea to come into the bathroom and get this on like video of us pissing because we were beside each other breaking bro code. We didn't break the bro code though.
No.
We didn't.
No, we absolutely didn't.
The only code that was broken
Was with that
fucking
camera
video
right
coming
there.
in filming us.
Bullshit.
And I'll just say this.
Calling bullshit.
You're lucky you only had the PP like a quarter of the way out, because if I pulled it all the way out, the lights would have gone out and you wouldn't have got shit on camera.
Yeah. He quarter peepeed it.
You see the end of the video where like I crept like right up.
You
to
were
the shoulder?
almost
Oh,
on
yeah.
the dick.
I almost went over the top.
Yeah, over the
Yeah.
Yeah, like a fucking
That
Sylvester.
hero broke
Like a
turned his
Sylvester
hat backwards.
Yeah, like a Sylvester Stallone movie. Went over the top.
that
Thank
motherfucker's
you,
in
Maddie.
I got you.
I got you. Going zoom.
I cut it off though. I had to respect the dick.
Wow.
Had to respect the dick.
You had to respect
He
the
did.
dick.
Yeah, I don't care if everybody sees you guys peeing like when I launch this fucking video on YouTube.
Oh, fuck.
I'm for it.
I
I
don't
don't
care.
But I'm
care.
not. I'm not
I
going
don't
to show
care,
everybody
dude.
Maddie's dick. That's our dick.
It is. Yeezy, stay away from Maddie.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Like, I am not 14 anymore. Got grown man dick.
Yeah. He ain't ready for those mouth shots. He might be the
Wait.
throat goat, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Little bitch.
Hey guys, we got a few minutes if you want to talk nerdy to me.
No. We have
No,
one
no,
more
no,
thing
no,
to talk
no,
about.
no.
Is there another one?
There's another
Oh
one.
shit!
So we're sitting at the table eating our dinner like true gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
And then we talked about
With
like
my wife, your sister,
Oh, I know.
So-
what this
and
is.
our friend,
So check it out.
Yes.
females.
Just so everyone knows, we don't just talk like this on air. We
No.
talk about it in real life at a restaurant.
Oh, this is in the middle of the restaurant.
We're sitting there and we're talking about, pussy farts. So queefs.
AKA queefs.
Yeah. And then we're like, how'd it come up?
It's because Maddie was talking about farting. I said something about you banging Maddie, and then I was like, "Oh, dude, if he farts when you're penetrating, he's gonna fill your dick up with air, and you're gonna pee-pee queef."
Yeah. And I was like, hold on a second.
Hold on a
Do you
second.
think we could pee-pee queef? And then I looked over at Maddie and we're like, because it is kind of the same scenario. It's a little tight space. And what did you say?
You ever
Do you
had
remember?
a girl blow in your pee hole?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh.
No. It sucks. I didn't know where we were going. But hey, do you remember the noise you made on what a pee-pee queef would sound
he's
like?
making fucking
it's
animal
because
balloon
it
animals.
was like it's like if you take a balloon and you kind of squeeze the tip of it and just make that.
That's what he imagines a pee-pee queef would sound like.
Let him do it. What's it do when you let it go?
Fucking queef.
Pee-pee queef.
Pee
Oh,
queef.
fuck.
So,
Depends on how much air she puts in that bitch.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
like she over there fucking pumping it into the tip of your
my
dick or what, dude?
God. Can you imagine, dude?
I'm just saying, like, the conversations that came up at that dinner were great. And that was one of the key, it made you think. You're
I
like,
wonder if that's like a side effect to like using a penis pump. Like I've never used one, so I don't know.
I don't-
But can you imagine, dude? Like you're fucking pumping up, dude, and you're getting all this air in your fucking pee hole.
and you're like, I know it sounded like a fucking weird horse, but like,
Sounded like a seahorse, bro.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
You got
Terrible.
Spencer all jacked up on that
Oh,
one.
dude, he's mad.
Oh, he's mad, dude.
He's
He's mad. I pushed him away earlier.
Yeah, fuck them neighbor bitches.
All right, man.
Can't stand that.
But we had to share that experience with everybody because it was fucking
It
funny.
was a lot of fun, man.
was a lot of
fun celebrating you.
Yeah.
Thank you
John.
guys.
Like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
it
Appreciate
was-
you guys. Love you both.
Dude,
Yeah, love
it
you
was
too, brother.
Such a great time, man, dude. We love that. Love that for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another year older.
Yep.
Yep.
I wouldn't say any wiser.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. I'm
little
still
more
going to do
gray.
stupid shit in the bathroom with you guys.
Still doing your
It's not a prelude to what's going to happen
there's-
tonight, but probably.
Something weird's
Right.
probably
Probably.
going to happen in the next hour.
100%.
Probably.
100%, yeah.
That's the way it
So-
works, dude.
All right. Who's ready to go to the bar and get drunk?
I'm fucking been ready.
Yeah.
You ready, Squirrel Nuts?
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Let's
Hey,
fucking
man.
get it.
So you know what we do. I'm Maddie,
And I'm Bobby.
and this has been the Aged Banner Podcast.
Fuck your feelings. Later.
Let's go get something. Aged Banner. What up, world? This is Maddie,
And this is Bobby.
and this is the Aged Banner Podcast.
Aged banter.
Aged Banner. I mean, we got a podcast.
We're-
we got an hour.
we're
to
not-
kill. I mean,
This ain't the Butt Naked Podcast. This is Age Banter.
Aged Banner, baby. I got no self-control.
You
Why
said
you think I
fuck
don't
it.
want to go to the bar
Yeah,
tonight?
no,
you
no.
know?
Pull my pocket. So I thought he
Your
was
name is Brittany Banner.
as my Bobby batter spraying everywhere. Pew pew. Pew 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 pew.
Aged Banner.
It's very gay out there.
Aged banter.